Let me take you through the process of designing a VTuber model. After doing some research and browsing references, I had a good idea of what direction I wanted to take this in. Having some themes and ideas in mind, I can start to sketch out some basic ideas. I had the idea of maybe having a model based off a character from Animal Crossing. I thought this would be a cute idea, but didn't really fit what I normally do with my artwork, so I decided against it. I went back to my initial sketches of the more anime style and decided to go with that. I then moved onto my iPad and started sketching out my model. I wanted the final model to be quite professional and clean, so I used the symmetry tool and other tools available on the iPad to help my work look cleaner. After doing the initial sketch, I did spend a lot of time on the lines to make sure they were clean and to make sure it would have that polished look that I was after at the end. I spent quite a bit of time on just the eyes, as that's what people are going to be looking at most of the time when viewing the model and when it's moving and speaking. A lot of emotions can be portrayed through the eyes, so I placed a lot of emphasis on them when I was doing this drawing. As my name is Yellow Yak, I did include elements of a yak in this. She has horns, yak ears, and I included a little cow belt around her neck. When designing characters, it's a lot easier if you have a theme in mind. My theme was obviously a yak here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be an animal or an object per se. It could be an emotion that you want to portray through the character as well. Having a theme when you're designing characters can really influence the direction that they go in and can really change the end outcome. Themes can be more subtle, or they can be quite in your face like this one. I mainly used basic cell shading for this drawing, as when she's animated I didn't want the shading to be too complicated to get in the way of the animation. So I'm just blocking in the basic shapes of the shadows, and then in some areas such as the hair I will then go back in and add more detail later. Shading hair in an anime style is something I'm not really used to, and there seems to be quite a lot of different ways to do it. So this is the way that I approached it, as I decided that I would put my own spin on it, as it is my character to represent me as I'm drawing. I'm not opposed to having my face on camera. I'm not creating her because I want to be a faceless streamer or YouTuber. I already have streams and videos where my face is on camera. I wanted to design her more so when I am drawing and I don't necessarily want to have my face on camera, especially during live streams, then I can use her instead, so I can still have that connection with the viewer. Rather than just being a faceless entity, I can still have a character to represent me and to connect with the viewers on stream. This drawing has a lot of layers, as she has to go into one of those face rig programs and be animated. Everything has to be separate for it to work correctly. Adding highlights is one of my favourite parts of drawing. It really helps complete the drawing and brings everything together. Here's just a few little details in the ears. I wanted to include some piercings for her to help keep her nice and decorated, as yaks sometimes are. I thought I would include the entire iPad process here if you were interested to see the whole thing start to finish. I think the results were quite fun. I think she's very cute. The next steps would be to pop her into one of the face rig programs and to start the animation process. And I'll show you that process along the way as well. If you would like to see another video where I talk through my process, please click the link on screen now, and it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe too. Thank you so much for watching.